The Ngaro Huruhuru, New Zealand's native bee, has been crowned the inaugural bug of the year. But the fate of the 28 species of native bees in Aotearoa is under threat from a toxic pesticide which the Ministry of Primary Industries is seeking approval to use to control a brown marmorated stink bug. A hearing to use Actara, a highly toxic neonicotinoid pesticide now banned in the EU, is being held today by the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. Native bee expert Dr. Ngaro Huruhuru from Ngāti Wai is with us now. Tēnā koe, Dr. Hart. Thank you for joining us.
Kia ora.
Well, let's face it, we lose our bees, we lose the ability to survive. They're crucial for the health of our people and our planet, providing medicinal properties and as essential pollinators. Not telling you anything, you're the expert. How many native bees do we have in Aotearoa?
We have 28 that are found only here, nowhere else in the world. So they're pretty unique and they're pretty special. I would say 28 worth protecting and getting to know.
You did your PhD thesis on native bees. Why are native bees so important, particularly for our indigenous plants? What makes them so vital for New Zealand?
Well, native bees and native plants evolved together over time, so they're intricately connected in ways that we don't even understand. So they make up that fabric of our forests and of our environment that binds it all together. Native bees and other insects, I might say, other native insects. But yeah, native bees are an amazing flagstone species that show those interconnections between insects and plants. They co-evolve together.
And what are some of the differences between our native bees and, for example, the honeybee that's been introduced?
Well, honeybees are managed. They've been managed for a very long time, but our native bees, those 28 species, most of them, the majority of them, I think around 80%, live underground as little bee grubs for about 9 months of the year. In the spring, when the ground warms up, they start to emerge. The males come out first, then the females. Then they start to collect pollen, they mate, and they lay eggs in that same area and come out again next year. So they're what's described as solitary bees. So they'll form large, huge colonies of many thousands of bees, individual bees, living in individual homes in the ground.
Well, talk us through the toxin Actara. Why is this such a direct threat to our native bees?
Well, it's an insecticide. So an axiom is that really an insecticide kills insects. Native bees are insects. It will kill native bees. That's really the simple answer to that. Yeah, there's no getting around it. If it's sprayed on an area where native bees are living and thriving, it would kill them.
Yeah. And what's your message then to the EPA?
I would look at all the evidence. I would look at as far as I'm aware, even within the scientific community, our knowledge of native bees is quite limited, yeah? So I would suggest that scientists could always reach out to me. I'm happy to talk about native bees with anyone, to discuss it on any level. But if it depends on where this insecticide is being used. So if it's used in an intense agricultural situation, intensified agriculture, native bees don't tend to thrive there. But here's another thing that I think is really important. Native bees thrive where the ecology is healthy and strong.
Right. So that says something.
I want them in my backyard when I go to get a kite. I do. I want them there. I know if they are there, then my backyard's fine. There's no toxins there.
And you're one of the foremost experts on native bees in Aotearoa. You brought your family up, your tamariki, your husband, all of you were involved in this, which is absolutely amazing. That's one of the things that makes you an expert in this field. Why do you feel it's even being considered then, especially because of the potentially extreme negative impact that this toxin will have on our natives' bees?
I think, I don't know, I can't speak to that really, but what I have observed generally over the years, 20 years now I've been working with native bees is that they're often overlooked because they're so they look like such insignificant insects. They're small black insects that get mistaken for wasps and flies, and they're just generally overlooked in our ecosystems. Whereas other species are not so overlooked. So maybe it's just about raising awareness, getting discussions going, having a chat. You know, we learn more as we learn more, and as we share more, then we can really grow our understanding of our beautiful papa and where we live.
Yeah, and it's important. Bee expert Dr. Ngaro Huruhuru, thank you so much for your time today, and we'll be awaiting the outcome of today's hearing of the use of Ectara. Ngā mihi.
Kia ora. Thank you.